Hey folks, I know it's been a while. Had some issues with my editing software. But we've got that all worked out now. Right now I'm just sifting some soil. Use this bonsai screen. I just want to get the big chunks out because I'm going to be doing some seeds. Got this soil really cheap last year at work. They had like 20 pallets, full pallets of this stuff go from $6 or $7 a bag down to like $1, plus I got my employee discount on top of that. So about 10 bags. So if there's a bit of waste, I'm not worried, but I do use some of this thicker stuff when I'm potting up plants that need a little more airy medium. So anyway, I think you've seen enough of that. We'll talk more when I've got the seeds out and the trays ready. So I'm going to show you, I buy these 4 cubic foot bags of perlite because I do use so much of it, but I sift it. You see in here, pretty wide variety of sizes, down from fine dust up to pretty big sized chunks. Even some of them really big. These guys had to come over and check out what I was doing, make sure I didn't have food that they were missing. But I'm sorry about the fast movements, guys. I just sift this out too. Keep all the fine stuff in with my soil. The thick stuff for seedling mix, that's going to be impossible to plant through. So just add some of that and some vermiculite. So I want it to retain moisture. But I also want it to be airy, so it's a careful balance, but I think it works well for my seeds. So, planting a couple of different kinds of seeds. Start with some tomatoes, heirloom varieties. I am certain all of you have noticed that tomatoes you get from the grocery store are absolute trash, which is a shame. Even when you can find good looking tomatoes, they're not good tasting tomatoes. So I'm hoping that the heirloom varieties that I'm finding will do better for me. I've had a couple of different varieties I grew from plantlets, and they just didn't do well. I was having some weird issues with some of them. So I'm going to try a few varieties this year that I haven't before. This one's called Big Red. The other one I've got is Boxcar Willie. They're both supposed to be pretty big tomatoes. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to put 2 little seeds per pod here. And if one seems to be a straggler, I'll thin it out. If not, I will try to keep both. Well, that one's going to have 3 in it, so it'll be alright. These tomatoes tend to grow really well here in the south. Once upon a time, I didn't have any issues growing tomatoes. But just the past few years, I don't know if it's the weird weather we've been having, or I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's aggravating, though. You end up with mealy tomatoes if you get them from the store. Flavorless. And then some of the varieties I've been growing have been about the same. I did have an issue with some tomatoes a couple years ago that I don't know what was going on with them. I've never seen it happen like this before, but it was they would grow well, they got big and fat and turned red and looked fantastic. And I think for sure they're ready to pick. And you pick them, cut them open, and they're just as green and hard inside as you could ever imagine. They're awful. No flavor, nothing. So I don't know if that was some sort of a disease that I'm just not familiar with, or I don't know what it was. It was not good though. So I ended up just scrapping those plants altogether because I thought, well, maybe I just needed to wait a little bit longer before I harvested, but no, I tried that too, and it just didn't work. It was just awful. So, you guys have probably seen enough of me poking seeds down into the soil. We'll move on when we get the next round. I'm going to try growing something I have actually never grown before. I'm going to do some bush beans. I don't really have the space for pole beans or anything like that, so I'm trying to make what gardening I'm going to be doing this year as easy as possible, and hope for the best. And I may be planting more of these later on. Just depends. Got a lot of friends that want to do some gardening this year, some co-workers that would definitely be interested. So whatever excess I've got, I'll be giving to those folks. I think that's what gardening is really all about. It's about sharing, as corny as that may sound. But if I grow something really well, and you grow something else really well, why don't we trade them off? That's the whole bartering system in a nutshell. Really, what the economy is based on. You know, I do something well, you do something well, let's trade off. So maybe I'll do these well. One of my friends has a bunch of extra strawberry plants. She said that I'm welcome to some of those, so I know it might seem like blasphemy to some of you, but I'm not really into strawberries. But I think, as with most things, it's just I haven't had good ones. So I think I'm going to take a few plants off of her and try growing them at home. I like them. I have had some strawberries that were pretty good, but they have to be like really ripe. I like my bananas the same way. Damn near rotten, really. They just develop the sweetest flavor at that point, and I don't know, I don't like sour strawberries, and I don't like green bananas. And if you do any baking, and you bake any banana bread or anything, you should know you're going to get the best banana flavor out of a black banana. Wait until it is absolutely black, and you will get the strongest banana flavor without making it rubbery. You don't want to add more banana to it, because that's exactly what it does. It just makes it rubbery. These are eggplant seeds. They're the long Japanese style aubergines. Well, maybe not quite Japanese. They're not quite that long. They're called early long purple. Hi, Tally. It's just my cat screaming at me. He thinks I've got something to eat up here. Anyway, I'm going to get these guys watered in lightly, and I'll tell you what I use for my first watering. I use Cocoa Wet. It's a wetting agent that helps soak into the seeds. Works really well. I use this on orchids as well when they have stubborn roots that just don't seem to want to absorb anything. I'll put some of that in there, and it helps them absorb much better. And I like to use it whenever I'm doing a foliar feed, because it helps to soak through the leaves. But it's great for seeds. A little goes a long way. And I'm also going to use some seaweed extract. That seems to get things going pretty quickly. So I think that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more coming soon. I'm going to make up for lost time. I was pretty frustrated with my experience with the customer service for the video editing program I had purchased, and I'm still trying to get, after 2 weeks, still trying to get a refund on that. So anyway, no reason for negativity. Let's just enjoy the plants. You guys have a good day. If you like the video, hit subscribe if you think you want to see some more of this. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. One last thing. What are you guys planting? Are you doing any seeds? Are you doing any propagation? What do you have going on? I'd love to hear. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Apparently that kelp extract is doing wonders that I use. This Bush Doctor, Kelp Me Kelp You. The only thing I've watered these with was a light solution of that with the wetting agent. And if you can see in here, sorry about the shaky camera work. This is okra. Germination in 12 to 14 days. It's been less than a week. And these guys are jumping out of the soil. So, just wanted to add that in. Apparently it works.